The food is really good, and I love the Gatsby. Let's be clear.
Nice.
Let's be clear.
Nice.
Youngster took me and we had a Gatsby in the flats.
Oh,
the last time I was in town.
Okay, nice.
And,
so you have a post on Instagram. It's you, Kanye West, Future.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just big hitters, bro.
Yeah, 2 Chainz, Andre 3000. So all these guys. Once I got.
There we go. Yes, guys. Big episode today. Can you let the people know who you are? Start with introductions, just something small for the people.
Hey, man, I am Craig King.
There we go. Crazy. Because, we just literally messaged you about an hour ago. You let me know you're going to leave. Actually, you're going to Joburg tomorrow.
We are. Yeah, we got a big event out there. Several events.
Nice.
We brought Kate Renata in with Rap Plug, Milk and Cookies. And,
of course. So did your journey start in South Africa, in Cape Town?
Yeah, we started in Cape Town.
Okay.
And the next city is Joburg, but we've just been having the time of our lives out here.
Okay, nice. So Kate Renata, can you talk about your relationship?
Yeah, man. Kate Renata is just a phenomenal talent. I'm so happy to see what it is that he's doing. He's out of Canada, as many of you know, and we partnered with him in his organization to bring him to you guys here.
Nice.
And alongside that, we're having a series of events, mogul brunches, panel discussions, mentoring programs and opportunities, ways to implement Rap Plug into the school systems out here.
Nice.
We're bringing not just talent out here, we're bringing opportunity and impact.
Of course. Can you talk about some of the common questions you're hearing that you maybe want to answer for the people?
Common questions that we're getting while we're here?
Yeah, like from the panels and all of that.
Man, people want to know when is the right time to hire a lawyer.
Okay.
They want to know how to do song splits properly, how to protect their IP, which is intellectual property.
Yeah.
They want to know how to build their brands. One of the questions was, when is the right time to get a publicist or PR person? Is there a right time now that we have social media? Does social media really matter? And if so, in what ways? We've gotten such an array of questions, and we really came out here well prepared.
Okay, of course.
We brought a lot of really heavy hitters in the music industry, from LVRN to Empire to Sony to Rap Plug we've just got a lot of heavy hitters, man, with a lot of history, a lot of years of experience in the game. And we know it well.
Of course.
We know it well. We've had a lot of success. Clearly. So it's not foreign for us. We understand it. What we're excited about is being able to distribute that information here to our brothers and sisters here.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because I always say this is really home.
Of course, nice.
You know what I mean? This is really home.
Mother City,
so
of course.
So we want to bring good information home.
Your journey obviously started, you from Atlanta, Nashville?
My journey started in Nashville, Tennessee, and then I had a nice journey. I went from Nashville to Washington, D.C.
Of course, nice.
Went to Howard University in D.C., home of Donny Hathaway, Roberta Flack.
Nice.
I was going to say Diddy, but right now we're having
that
some
is
moments.
Not the time. Yeah.
But it has produced so many significant industry monsters.
Of course.
And then left D.C., moved to Philadelphia. Started my career, really started it, because in DC I woke up my career.
Okay, you can say
I really started it in Philadelphia with Will Smith,
of course,
and
Jazzy
We're gonna jump
into that
and all those characters.
But before we jump into the origin story, can you tell us how South Africa popped up on your radar?
So how it really came to pass was I was coming to South Africa initially to a funeral.
Okay,
yes,
how long ago was that?
Winnie Mandela's funeral.
Oh, shit, okay.
And in fact, her grandson is downstairs with me now. So I came out to visit them and be a part of the ceremonies and the whole thing.
Oh, snap, okay.
I ended up falling in love with the region. And as a result of which, I said, for the rest of my life moving forward, all that I've learned in the past of the music industry, I need to now bring it home.
Okay. How long ago was this?
This was 2017, 2018, somewhere in there.
Nice. And then, is this now your first time back since 2017?
No, I've been back 3 times to Cape, twice in Joe. And each time I come back, I fall deeper and deeper in love with this place.
Wait, so it's just the culture, the
It's
vibes.
the culture, it's the energy, it's the vibe, it's the appreciation, it's the kindred spirits.
Of course.
We feel a connection.
Nice.
It feels like home, but not home. And so it's a different energy here.
Nice. Can you maybe talk about the food? We saw you just had something downstairs.
We just had some amazing food downstairs.
Nice.
And we've been eating like crazy folks.
Can you imagine?
Ever since we got here, that's all we've been doing, it seems, just eating.
Nice.
The food is really good, and I love the Gatsby. Let's be clear.
Nice.
Let's be clear.
Nice.
Youngster took me and we had a Gatsby in the flats.
Oh,
the last time I was in town.
Okay, nice.
And man, I was like, okay, I'm back. I'm coming back.
Is there anything similar to a Gatsby over that side?
The closest thing to a Gatsby that has the cultural
Subway
would be what they call a Philadelphia cheesesteak.
Oh shit!
It's
nice.
It's a thing. It's a whole thing. But you got to be from Philly to really appreciate it. Like you'll go there, you'll eat it, but Philadelphians know it's a special thing.
Okay, so now that you've had both, which one you put in
There's
first?
There's just really no way I'm going to compare them because
I had to do it. I saw an opportunity.
If I get home, they're going to kill me. And if I say something out here, they're going to take me out.
It's going to be a long trip to Joburg.
Yeah, it's going to be a long trip. So I have no answer for you.
Okay. We let it slide. So, obviously, you came down here with your focus being on rappers. Basically, to put them on, to help with connections, give them advice. But more on the corporate side when it comes to the record label. Can you maybe speak? Did you maybe come with any special plans in mind for them?
Yeah.
Of how we could maybe collab with them, partner with them, speak to them?
For sure. Well, let me say, Rap Plug is not limited to hip hop. It's not limited to rap. Let me say that first.
Okay.
We love hip hop, but as you have seen how diverse my career is,
of course,
we partner with a little bit of everybody. On the panel the other day, we had Tyler's team. We have all kinds of genres,
of course,
including country. We do it all. Country music. We're all over the board. R&B, dance music, on piano, everything. So we're very open-minded. What we really are is very focused on giving opportunity and creating more distributional opportunities for artists here. We have the infrastructure, and so it's easier for us to take something great here and amplify it to the world. And so, yes, the answer to your question is if you have any talent, if any artists that you really believe in or you think are really making some noise, we would want to be the ones you reach out to tell us about that and how we can help and amplify their voices and create opportunities for record deals and global touring like K-Tronada and all those things that we are doing now. That would be ideal for us.
Did you maybe have a listen to maybe some of the... Of course, you heard some of the Amapiano, but are you tapped into maybe the Afrikaans side? Just a question.
Just a little from the last panel, which is why people should be coming to all our panels, because we get discovery opportunities when we have our panels, because I'll meet with the people individually and they'll let me hear their music and all that. But to answer your question, I did get to hear a little bit of that. I want to hear a lot more because it's really good.
Okay.
It's really good.
Nice. So yes, when it comes to distribution, in your opinion, do you have your favorites? Do you have advice on how people should start with that, where they should go before they do that? Obviously, there's SoundCloud, there's not so recommended and whatnot. So when it comes to distribution, in your opinion, how should an artist go about that?
I think that the first thing you should consider is how to just amplify your voice to the point where you have leverage. When you get to the point where you have real numbers, real engagement, you have a brand that you know record labels will care about, because, Distro and others, they're not hard to partner with. But when you start wanting to do bigger deals where you're getting the global exposure, you want to be in a position with some kind of leverage, because when you do those kinds of deals, and I don't have a favorite label or a favorite distributor, I do not, because they all serve different purposes. I love Empire for one thing, I love QC for another thing, I love LVRM for another thing, and then I love Distro for another thing.
Okay.
They all have their purpose.
Okay.
But with that being said, if you're, say, tomorrow interested in doing like what K-Tronada did with Sony or whatever, you have to bring certain things to the table in order to get that kind of commitment, because when you do a deal with an organization like Sony and Universal Music Group, their role is not just to distribute you in most cases, unless you have just a distribution deal only. their role is to help you. Is to help you with video cost and tour support and just so many other things. And so ultimately, it's really about where you are in the game. If you come to the table with money, you probably don't necessarily need Sony unless you're partnering your money with their money. Otherwise, there's no reason to do it. You just go through Empire, you spend the money, they put up a bag too, and then y'all just put it out jointly and you split the money more evenly. But if you're like coming to the table and you want to do a bigger deal with a major label, not to minimize them, but if that's the case, they're going to take more money from you than say maybe an Empire would if you're coming in the room with less money. But they have a gigantic machine, so they can supersize you almost like a Disney character because their machine is global, right? A lot of the independent labels are still trying to find locations to put their brand and their label headquarters in around the world. The majors already have it everywhere. They're like almost in every country. Somewhere they have some kind of representation. So I'm not really pro major or minor, major or indie. I'm really pro what's your situation? What exactly are you in the game? What are you doing in the game? Where are you in the game? Are you a pop act? That's a different conversation from an R&B act too. That's a different conversation from a drill act. So these acts all have different conversations that must be had, which is why you kind of almost need a consultant before you even do a deal. If you don't have a consultant, you need to have a group that you truly trust or a strong mentorship. But again, back to what I said while we're here. We're trying to create mentoring opportunities so that, because what I'm learning now is that the leaders need leadership. It's not just the managers need managers.
Of course.
No one knows it all.
True.
And things change so quickly. The industry is so fluid now. So what the trend is for the next 2 years won't be the same trend. No matter what, the distribution models will continue to change. So you're always needing to manage yourself, but also have a manager to help manage you as you're managing others. It's a real process, man. You can't look to the OGs and say they got all the answers because things are changing too quickly. You can't look to the youth and think, well, they have all the answers because they got 10 million followers. They could easily be clueless too because they found a niche, but they don't know where to go with it. So we all kind of need each other.
Of course.
I mean?
Yeah, makes sense. Full circle, yeah. Obviously, Craig King is a name that holds so much weight. So then can you give us just a quick backstory of how it all started for you? Because it seems like since the beginning of your journey, you were always working with big names. So can you maybe talk us about your journey of how you discovered all your talents? Obviously started with the piano, then went to producing. Can you just give us a quick backstory?
Yeah. I like I said before, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, man. It's called the Music City. Nice. If you go to the U.S., say, where's the Music City? They're going to send you to Nashville.
Nice.
Because they have some of the best songwriters in the world, some of the best studios in the world.
Sheesh.
All the major labels are there. It's New York, L.A., and Nashville, period. All the major labels. You have BMI, you have ASCAP. So Nashville is historically known for that. So that being my hometown, that is in my DNA.
Of course.
Now, with that being said, I played the organ and the piano and the drums at my church. And that activated me. That turned me into really what I am today in terms of musicality.
And self-taught, eh?
Yeah, self-taught.
Nice.
And so I ended up with this music scholarship to Howard University. And right when I got to Howard, within a year and a half, Ray Charles was asking me to go out and play for him. As a result, I was 19. As a result of going out with Ray Charles, I connected with Quincy Jones because he was the one that conducted the things that we were doing with Ray Charles. And right after that, no time following really, I end up visiting Philadelphia, and Will Smith
yeah.
and his team were telling me about some new TV show they were working on. Ended up being the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Nice.
So I ended up going to LA and working with Will and Jazzy Jeff. I ended up working on the Summertime album.
Yeah.
You're a good man. And that was the first time I had ever heard anything I had done on the radio in my life.
Damn.
First album out the gate went platinum. I'm riding around in the car, I'm hearing it, I'm losing my mind. Like, oh my God. And right after that, we do Arsenio Hall. We do all these TV shows with Will. I ended up doing like a ton of film. Like I started working with the Boys in the Hood movie, working on the Simpsons cartoons, and just all these things that were coming at me like couldn't
Crazy.
even.
And it never felt overwhelming at some
Ah,
point.
it was overwhelming.
Okay.
It was overwhelming.
But you knew this was for you.
I had to do it.
Okay.
Because if I slept one night, I was going to miss
Of
something.
course. They say pressure is a privilege.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, so the pressure was real, but I was so grateful to be a part of all of that. Fast forward, after doing all that, I ended up moving to New York for a little while, and as soon as I got there, I ended up meeting Aaliyah's team, and they were like, "Can you come to Detroit and work with Aaliyah?" I go to Detroit, I knocked that out. At this time, I'm working with Mary J already, and LL, and Heavy D, and all the OGs.
I saw you have a post on Instagram. It's you, Kanye West, Future.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just
Yeah.
big hitters, bro.
Yeah, 2 Chainz, Andre 3000. So all these guys. Once I got to New York and started doing all those records, I ended up visiting Atlanta for a brief moment. And when I visited, Kanye's manager called me. He was like, "Yo, man, my artist is gonna be in Atlanta. My producer, G. Robeson." He said, "Yo, my producer's gonna be in Atlanta. Are you out there?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here for a few weeks." He said, "Can you grab him? And he's a producer like you. Y'all a vibe the whole bit." I said, "Yeah." So I pick him up and we hang out, and I played Kanye some of my music. I was like, "This is some stuff I'm working on right now." He's like, "Yo, this is crazy. It's crazy." So he said, "I got a session with Ludacris today and with T.I. You want to go?" I said, "Sure." I go to the session with him and Luda, and lo and behold, he told Luda after they did a song, "You should hear his music too. He's dope." And Luda was like, "Yeah, let me hear it." So I handed him some music. He said, "I'm gonna play it in the car when I get in the car. We're gonna finish this session, and I'm gonna play it in the car." He gets in the car. We leave. We left the studio. We go to strip club. And then when we get back, he hit me up. "Yo, it's some heat on here." So he ended up buying some records from me, like immediately.
On the spot.
And we ended up, the next album, I ended up on that album with 2 records. And that same night, Ye and I, after we left the strip club, we went to T.I.'s session. I ended up working with Ye on the T.I. record. So Ye has been nothing but a brother to me. He's just been nothing but a brother. And so that's really when I decided to move to Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta. Once I got settled in Atlanta, I created Rap Plug with my business partner. And we just started making all kind of moves with all my favorite people at that point. Basically, all the dopest producers, engineers, managers, agents. We started connecting all of them and filming them, doing classes and putting them on the rapplug.com website.
Sheesh.
And we started, feeding the streets with that. And it got into schools and after school programs, and everybody was shooting classes with us, and we became a brand. And so when Milk and Cookies called and we were talking about just different things we could do together, I was telling them how I had an affinity for South Africa. And they were like, "We do too." I said, "Well, we should connect and do something dope together out there." And, I said, "Well, hey, I'm down, man. Let's see what we got to do." You know what I mean? And so while we were building all that, I ended up connecting with this country girl group. I got to give them a shout out, the Boykins. And they are assigned to QC through my production and management company. So we did a joint venture with QC. Shout out to Coach K and P. And so now we have that happening, but we're still here doing this. And the goal now is to come right back here in a few months. So come right back to Cape Town.
Then we shoot part 2?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Nice.
We're going to do part 2 here.
Nice.
Coming back to Cape Town. The goal is to come back in March because we have a partnership with the city of Atlanta. And so we're doing arts and culture here with the city of Atlanta there. And we're going to create an exchange program, hopefully by September, where we can fly students over to Atlanta, at least 3 or 4 students, so they can learn the music industry from how we see it. And then I want to fly our students over here so they can see Cape Town and how you all move, so that we can begin to normalize these partnerships.
Nice. So then after me, there's like 3 spots left, eh? For the
Yeah. Come on, baby.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Few more questions.
That's it.
Drake or Kendrick?
Oh man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I apologize. I got friends in both camps. I'm out of it. I'm sorry, man.
Not at all.
Nah, I got a feeling about it, but I can't tell you.
Who's the most famous person on your phone right now?
In my phone right this minute,
Like
most famous.
Famous person. I can imagine the contact list is crazy.
It's ridiculous.
I can imagine. Famous person.
Man. Most famous person in my phone today would probably be. It would probably be Kanye.
Sheesh, of course.
I would have to say, only because he has the brand and he has the name and he has the
Do we have a Drake?
management.
Management, okay, management of Drake.
Yeah.
But yes, guys, that was the episode. I actually want a personal question for myself.
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking of entering the rap scene. Can you talk to me about what my first song should look like and how I should go about it? Maybe there's people at home who can relate.
Your first song.
Like very song. This is my introduction.
Man, I think if nothing else, you should completely lean into the culture that you come up in and push that towards us because we're very curious and we want to know what's happening over here. So anything you do, make sure you lean heavily into your own culture. And I tried to give somebody the game the other night, but they didn't receive it. I said, if you can give us the game, give us how it works out here on wax, on a song, and then get a collaborator from home, it'll immediately hit both audiences faster. Because if we can put our profit to the streets on a song with you after you put it out and we do a remix or something, you're going to get a whole lot more attention globally than you would if you just only made it about Cape and you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Needs that international. Okay. So I'm sending my first track to you for
But I would,
authentication.
I need that now.
Okay.
Send me that now.
You guys heard it there. Okay,
Yeah.
so then maybe just to close it off, can you let the people know about Rap Plug? Anything you want to say to let the people know where they can find you, Joburg, tomorrow?
Let me say this to you guys. If you want to know more about me, go to rapplug.com. Rap, RAPPLUG.com. If you want to know more about me personally, CraigAKing.com. That's where you'll find me. My Instagram, Craig A. King Official. And we will be back here more than you can imagine because we are not out here just to get over on the community and make a buck. We're out here to create impact, relationships, friendships, and partnerships for life. That's what we're here to do. And so, yeah, man, keep us in your hearts because you guys have already made it into our hearts.
Nice.